Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, what is it, Sunday Night Live. I've got a special guest with me at the moment. You may know him from For the Players, the pop culturist, and the Young and the Restless. His name is Ryan. He's extremely good looking, and he's my Valentine for today.
Hey, man.
It's great having you here, Ryan. I see we've already got a few people here in the house. We've got 2148, Osmoda Man, and Dale Smith. How are we doing tonight, guys? How is everybody going? Ryan.
Yeah, 2148 was here about like 12 minutes before. He was
keen. Man. He's keen as a bee. He says he's just washing up the dishes, or I assume wishes, or I don't know, washing up his balls. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is Valentine's Day. You want to clean that shit up, you know, that one day of the year.
Yuck.
Also,
but thank you everyone for coming in on this Valentine's Day stream. Both Ryan and I, we're I'm basically married, and we have kids. So Valentine's Day is just another day.
I'm literally married, so.
Yeah, he's literally married. I'm pretty much married. So, yeah. Dale Smith, mate, yelling out Betson. He's happy to see you. I tell you what.
Yeah, I read that. I imagine it's Betson, like a bit of oomph to it. That's how I read it anyway. I'm not sure how Dale Smith sounds, but that's what I channeled in that moment.
Jamie Oliver has a question. I have a question, Ash. Why does the start time say 9 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. when it starts? I set it at 8 p.m.
Where do you live,
in
Jamie Oliver?
Queensland by any chance? Those backwards Queenslanders always start an hour late. We've got 13 people here, but only 5 likes. Come on, people. Do I need to constantly remind you? Please, like this video if you can. New South Wales.
Oh, the New South. He's in the same time zone as you.
Weird. Does it always say that? Or because, like, I'm looking here. It says...
Hang on. I'm just going to put out there, Jamie Oliver. Can you read 24-hour time?
20 is 8. 21 is 9. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It says scheduled here for 14th of Feb at 8 p.m. There you go.
More like a lovely squeal. Like, oh, Betson! All right, like that's good. Both options. Good. I'll take
now, I will remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that I am on a crap top at the present moment. So the Skype sync may be a little bit off. I hope it doesn't throw things out too much. So, all right.
Crap top is a good name. I'll go with that.
I was like, why don't people say this more often? It's great. Hey, Phil Brown's in the house. How you doing, man? What's going on? So, Ryan, tell us, mate, what's been new with you, sir? Mate? It's been a little while since you've been on here. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in your life.
Not a whole lot for me, man. I'm just sort of going through the motions, doing all my things. We're currently back in lockdown here in Victoria. So from Friday through to midnight Thursday, we're on a 5-day lockdown. Stage 4, like the brutal one. So we're a bit fucked. Although I'm skirting the rules. I know lockdowns are important, and I obey the rules all the way. But yesterday, I did push the limit.
What did you do?
So where I live, in a new estate, right? So it's a little bit far away from some things. It's Saturday. It's treat meal. And just like you, I'm a man of the dirtiest of birds. So I psyched myself up from like Wednesday onwards. I'm like, Saturday, it's Dirty Bird. It's Dirty Bird time. And my brain was there. My brain was so ready. Then they drop this lockdown information on the Friday afternoon, coming in from Saturday morning. Like, fuck. We can't go past 5 kilometers. Can't go further than 5 kilometers from our house. Like, shit. All right. So I'm sitting at home. So I get home on Saturday. I'm like, oh, I can probably check this. Do the Google. I'm like, what's the nearest one? All right, it's in Grovedale. That's cool. That's like 5.1.
Oh, no.
Kilometers away from my house. So I tossed and I turned. And then it was like, no, I'm getting chicken. So I skirted. I got some legally questionable chicken. Shouldn't I say, put it out there. It's kind of made it taste better. I'm just saying. Just because it was naughty. I was like, "Ooh, this chicken tastes naughty."
You're just standing there like 100 meters away from the KFC. Hey, kids, can you go and get me some KFC?
Just yelling from the curb. Just like, hey, I want a zinger.
$10 to buy me a zinger. my mind was ready, my body was ready. But my question to you is, Ryan, this whole lockdown thing, 5 kilometers, is it as the plover flies, or is it as the
it is as the plover flies. So normally I can't stand the plovers, but you right now and using that as the distant measurement, I'm okay with it. I can work with that.
Well, I'm glad you got your dirty bird. I'm happy that you enjoyed your celebration meal. Android 17's in the house. Gatto 86, how you doing? Good seeing you. Speaking of plovers, right? I don't want to bring any Vietnam flashbacks to you, my dude, but I was out today at the entrance having a super cruise, and I saw these 2 blokes walking along this field of grass, and I heard this familiar noise, and I saw them like leap to the side as they were being ferociously attacked, and this is what happened. Ryan, there's plovers. They're such dickheads, like plovers.
I hate those birds so goddamn much, you pieces of shit. Like, I'm not mean to animals, but I would kick the living shit out of those birds.
The edge is forward, and that's when I'm like, okay.
And he's got his wings ready to rock and roll.
Hey, it looked like he had fangs on his wings. It was crazy.
Yeah, they have these little like jowls, and it's like,
jeez, yeah, that was that was a bit scary for me. But this is what my day was. A whole lot of cars, some good Cupras.
What's going on, bro? Just flexing this camera out.
I can really tell that you weren't on your new phone has zooms as. This video is just zooms.
That's all it was. Nothing special, just zooms. Oh.
Bird ever. Big time.
Screen. There you go. Hey, Chris Heiner. How you doing? Big welcome to Chris Heiner, a Fat Guy Army member. I've already said it, but I'm saying it again. 2148, the entrance. Wait, where do you live, Ash? Ooh. Well, it depends. Are you going to buy me some dirty bird? No, I live in the western part of Sydney. I live near Penrith. But once a year, me and the New South Wales Super Crew, we just head on up to the entrance for a day to wreak havoc. And all these like, retirees are watching all these Supers come by thinking, wow, they must have huge penises.
They're like, wow, it's that time of the year again. All right, everybody inside. Hide your daughters.
Did you like the name I put in the description for you, Ryan?
No, I didn't see it. What we got?
Let us know what your thoughts are.
All right, tonight I'm joined by the very special guest, Mr. Ryan. Lock up your plovers.
Yeah,
love it.
So,
fuck those birds.
So for all those who don't know, that might be tuning into the stream for one time,
I probably should explain that, eh? Yeah. Okay. So, in like August, September of last year, around about there somewhere, I was going for my walk, as I do. I was viciously assaulted, viciously assaulted by a plover on my street, where it attacked me. I tripped and I blew out my shoulder, and I had to slink for like 3 and a bit weeks. It was brutal. Yeah.
It was just the funniest thing ever. Like the way he explained it to me the first time. He's there with his arm and sling.
Yeah, I really oversold the story because the story is really embarrassing.
The way he sold it was like the sky turned black. There was lightning, and like he could smell sulfur, and like this ravenous bird with great pointy teeth came at him, and hey.
Yeah. And then in absolute horror, I tripped and fell and piked the ground and blew out my shoulder. And the plover tended to just continue to attack me. And even when I managed to escape and my wife got back in, wife had to come pick me up because I had to call her and be like, Millie, the bird was mean to me. So she comes and picks me up and on the drive home.
Oh, shit.
So on the drive home, the bird still somehow manages to stop and try to attack the car as well. So the bird fucking hated me.
The bird just attacked me, and I fell and hurt myself.
Pretty much exactly how the phone call went. And to make matters so much worse. My son constantly remembers it and reminds me.
Oh, jeez.
So, does your shoulder hurt, Daddy? Daddy, has a bird attacked you? I'm like, no. But he always brings it up. It is almost like baby a Yoda with the seagulls.
Yeah,
Stop
that's
it
so
now.
funny. Oh, Jesus.
That was my alarm for like 3 months. My wife hated
You
it.
should have the alarm as a Plover tone. Just get you out of bed quickly. Hello, Melissa Fisher. Taz in the house. For all those who don't know Taz is a very long-time channel subscriber. He works security. He's currently down at the tennis. So, hey, Taz, how you doing, mate? He's getting some big steps in. And Gatto86, mate, late dinner. Actually, you'll see in tomorrow's vlog that because I was out today, I walked into, so when we get to the entrance, all the Supras, we all park up and then, we go walk down the waterfront and we always get to the pub there on the corner. Now, I had man shake in hand. Like, I was like ready to rock and roll with the shake. I sat down at the table and everyone's, signed to order. Well, mate, he walks up, hands me a Pure Blonde, a beer. It's open. He's like, hey, dude, here, have this. I thought I'd get you a drink because you drove me up to Newcastle the other week. And I'm like, oh, the weekend of the hangover. I'm like, yeah. Okay, great. So, you can't refuse it. You can't refuse a beer. It's not an Australian thing to do. So I was like, okay, have the beer. And I thought, well, if I had the shake, it probably wouldn't sit well on a beer now, would it? So I thought I better get some food. I got myself a rump steak with some chips and salad. And, so I've adjusted my schedule. So instead of having dinner, I'm having a shake. But I also...
You should have adapted, should have overcame, should have tipped that beer in your fucking man shake. That's the man
That
shake
wouldn't have
right
been
there.
great. That would have
That'd be
gross. That is not a new challenge. Don't anyone ever even insinuate that. But I've got here in front of me, right, Angela got experimental this afternoon with food.
Hot.
Yeah, with food.
Oh.
I jumped in on there. She made a mango Rice Krispie, like mango man shake Rice Krispie slice with like a white choc topping, and it's amazing. I had a little bite of it before, but I'm saving that for a little bit later once I finish my man shake. So, but yeah, Tim Sayer in the house. How you doing, man? Good seeing you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. It's happy Valentine's Day to you and Megan and everyone else out there. But yeah, Ryan. So it's been 15 minutes. What do you want to talk about?
I have no idea. Well, Melissa in the chat has asked a question. She's asked, how many kilometers do you walk a day? Now, obviously, for you hit your 10, 11,000 steps or whatever. So that equates to like 4 or 5 in it?
It's telling me 8.33 kilometers today. So, and that's at 11,135. So, yeah, I'd say anywhere between 8 and 10 kilometers on average is what I walk.
Yeah, mine is nowhere near that. So my job is a desk job, and I don't really, because of the nature of my role, I don't really get a defined lunch break or anything. So I don't really get to, like yourself, Ash, sort of go up and go for a wander. So mine varies. I sit at about 7,000 or 8,000 thousand steps a day. But there are some days where I'll intentionally push it. Like tomorrow, because I work across 2 different sites as well. So when I'm at one site, I can sneak some more steps in because I intentionally park further away. But the other site's not really that easily to do that. So, but however, prior to this lockdown again, I had started gyming. So I've been going to the gym and I've been running on the treadmill, which is a new thing for me, which has been good. So that's really helped bump up my steps as well as my Ks and all that sort of stuff, which has been really, really good. I'm pretty bummed that I can't.
I was going to say, mate, you're filling out that top pretty well, mate. On the
Yeah, like do it. Actually, like, I'm not saying like it's very minimal work so far. Like it's been like 2 weeks, but you do feel different. Like your shoulders sit different, even if it's just the minorest of
because your
things.
muscles
it's
are
really
sore,
cool.
and you feel like because you used muscles that you don't frequently use all too much. I think it's because they're a little sore. You just tend to hold them in one position. You're like, this is working.
Yeah, like I thought I wrecked my tit the other day, and that was the worst. Like just for ages, but yeah, I'm really inconvenient because like I had full intentions because Because apparently everyone does chest and like stuff on Mondays. That tends to be the go-to day. So I was like, all right, well, I'll do it on Fridays because no one's gonna want to do it on a Friday. That equipment will be empty. Sure enough, couldn't go because the goddamn gym shut at 5, and I finished work at 5, so I couldn't even go. Mostly because of the lockdown. It's like everything shuts at midnight, but we can't control it, so we're shutting at 5.
We
really threw us
got Simon Valentine in the house. How you doing, man? Good seeing you. And Tassie Coin Hunter. Hey, guys. For anyone who is actually new, because we actually didn't go into this, Ryan is also on the Man Shake. He's a Man Shake ambassador. He's lost a bunch of weight using it. I've had him on for Fat Chat, and he is now, as of tomorrow, a permanent fixture on Man Talk. Welcome, Ryan, to Man Talk. So we're going from 4 to 5 people. So Lloyd will get less words in, to the point where he's just going to be completely silent. He's just going to be there. He's going to be like Dickie Nee. He's just going to, or like, yeah, like you ever watch Hey Hey Saturday where they have like the artist that draws something and puts it up, you know? Nah, you didn't watch Hey Hey Saturday. No, I don't think many people did. Did you really?
I did. Yeah, well, the same age, dude.
Yeah, well, like, yeah, occasionally, like, you know, they'll cut away to, like, you know, a cartoonist. He would have done, yeah. So I think Lloyd would just turn into that.
No, it's fine. Like, it's So as I said, like, I too am an ambassador along with Ash and the other boys, which is mad. So I lost 30 kilos in 2020. So that was mad. And it's cool to be part of the show now. So I've guested like, I don't know, like 4 times or something. So I've been very frequent on there, but it's very cool to be now permanently part of the show. Something I certainly didn't expect. But at least you'll know that you'll get your dose of asshole discussion.
Respect it.
You know, because that seems to be my area of expertise when it comes to man shaking. How to keep your butthole protected.
Tim Sayer says, we had a cheap meal for dinner today. Sunday is usually our cheat day. So nice lining up with Valentine's Day too. Hope your Valentine's Day was good. Good too, brother. Yours too, Ryan. Valentine's Day is non-existent.
You weren't even home. So there's that. Well, yeah, I did. We didn't really do a whole lot today. As we said before, both Ash and I, we've been together with our partners for like near a decade at this point. So there was kind of not much to do for Valentine's Days anymore. But I just let my wife go and have a bubble bath for a while, and I ordered some fondue shit that hasn't arrived yet. And,
my gift to Anne is taking Alyssa with me today, so I gave her a day at home.
Yeah, there you go. That works. That's fucking love right there.
She just decided to watch a bit of House. It was great. Yeah,
she watched House. Yeah, my wife loves House.
She loves House.
It's such that's
great show. Sorry,
everyone has lupus. Other than that, the show's fantastic.
No, not everyone has lupus.
And Dale Smith's spot on. You do respect the butthole. You need to respect it.
Anyway,
do not miss said butthole. What's playing on your 3DS back there?
Oh, that's Ocarina of Time. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I
tried to start in the bottom of the screen.
I decided to because apparently when you do live streams you need to have whole like crap and paraphernalia and like things that light up. So I was like one day I was like, oh yeah, I got a 3DS, so I may as well put that back there. So yeah, it does stuff. Chris Hines says, good shout out. I didn't know about Ryan's loss. Congrats. Oh, sneak peek of to the Man Talk. Yeah, exactly right. So yeah, he'll be joining us for Man Talk. He is a very established internet personality with multiple personalities. He's a bit of a schizophrenic out there. He's he's for the players, pop culturists, and the young and the wrestlers. So if you like wrestling, if you like PlayStations, you'll like Ryan. So check him out. I put links in the description. Check him out on Twitch and YouTube and your local sex shop. So
yeah, so like I've been around at the same amount of time as these boys as the in the Manbassador side of thing. However, sort of similar to 40, like we kind of because we aren't as front facing, it's not always as obvious. But we'll I'm always around, and I'm around even more apparently. Which is
you're not as round. I mean,
That is true. I am not as round, but I am more present.
Good choice of words. Good choice of words. Jared Green in the house. How you doing, man? Good seeing you. Jamie Oliver. Ash, are you dreading your long day at work tomorrow? Mate, I dread any day at work tomorrow. Like, ugh, yeah. Work is just, like, literally for me, work just pays the bills. That's all it does. This right here, and my family, of course, but this right here is what I love, and I love doing it, and I love chatting to you guys. That's what I love doing. And getting results like from people, like seeing what they're doing, and like I know it sounds like cock and bull, but like I get like, you know, occasionally like the comment or the email and shit like that, and I get people like emailing me or commenting on my video saying that, hey man, I decided to start the Man Shake because of you and your channel and seeing your videos. I was umming and ahhing and this, that, and the other, and it's just so good. And like, I can't believe that I'm at this point. And it kind of brings me to something that I want to talk about a little bit to you, Ryan, because it's like, now that I've lost 50-something kilos, right, people seem to think that I'm some sort of authority or like some sort of guru when it comes to weight loss, because people I see in real life, like, today was another one of those days where I saw people that I hadn't seen in quite some time because COVID was all last year. They're like, wow, dude, barely recognize you. You need a smaller shirt and all this kind of shit. But then, like, people at work, especially, like, they ask me questions like, oh, man, how did you do it? How did you lose the weight? And I'm explaining it to them. And then I'm thinking, I feel like, because I've been fat all my life, I just feel like half an imposter. Like, I'm just like, who am I to tell you on how to lose weight? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Like, big time.
They come up to me
now. Like, so I certainly don't. So I certainly don't field the same questions or anything that you do, but no, it 100% does. Like, I remember when we were, I'm not sure how you went down, but when we got approached to be ambassadors for the product, it was one of the most bizarrest things I've ever considered, because yes, it's similar to yourself. As long as I can remember, I've been a fat dude. So like, no way would have I ever had considered that I would become a representative for a health food product, right? Never. And then on top of that, the idea is that as the ambassador of said product, you are there to help, you know, motivate and inform people and help them out. And it's just like, how do I do that? Like, I've treated myself like garbage up until
like,
right now.
Like a year and a bit ago, I was on the road to diabetes. And I've people that were like that thinner than what I was, like way thinner than what I was when I first started, and they're asking me how to lose weight, and I'm just like, yeah, I've done it, like I'm still trying to do it, but I wouldn't say that I'm successful at it because I haven't kept it off for a period and like held it.
Well, that's going to say, what's that line that will make you
well, I've always had that sort of that question, like, when do you stop being a fat guy? And I think it has to do a lot with you, the how you look at yourself mentally. Like, I swear I got body dysmorphia because I always look in the mirror and I'm like, regardless on how thin, like how much weight I've lost, I still see someone who's obese, really obese. Then I was like walking this afternoon and the sun was setting. You know, when the sun's setting and it's setting behind you, you get the really long shadow. And I'm thinking, man, even my shadow looks fat. And I'm just thinking, what the fuck? Like, I mean, am I like full, like in my head about like how I look? Like, am I perceiving myself differently than what I should? You know?
Yes, the answer is yes. You are 100% incorrectly seeing your body, because I myself have the exact same issues, right? Now I was still, 20 kilos under you when I started this. I started at 140, where you started at 160. So like for us, it's a different. So space. Hang on one sec. Yes, bud.
Just while he's doing that, Kim, thank you so much for the lovely message, man. You're inspiring to lose weight. My dad gets shakes for a discount and bought a heap now. I'm smashing it along with the gym. So, dude, Kim, great job, man. If you want to send me an email, there's email details somewhere down below in the description. send us an email. I want to see how you're doing, and let us know how you're traveling along. And yeah, Jamie Oliver, 100% agree with you. Job just pays bills. Anyway, Ryan, go on.
Sorry, my son's come to say hi. Yeah, so like I might even one of those things. It's weird. Like I had this weird line where I never. I didn't at the time. I didn't realize how fat I was, but saying that, I always knew I was fat. If that makes sense, because even now I look at myself and I still have that exact moment of, yeah, probably, like you shouldn't wear that. Sorry, it's his power
cute.
gloves. He's got wrist straps from like a skateboarding set. So, but apparently it makes him fast.
Yeah, no, that's power gloves. I love it.
You run that way?
It's fantastic.
3, 2, 1, run, go. Nope, listen to me. All right, cool. I have to message the wife.
Message to wife.
But yeah, so 100% I still have that sort of like brain thing. Once again, can you please collect?
Osmodo Man says,
she's already here.
Much prefer you guys being ambassadors and celebs doing it for more fame. Down to earth legends, you guys are. Well, like, I mean, that's part of the thing. Like, because Adam McDougall, I've been told he from our guy the Man Shake, he really likes a celeb kind of avenue where he gets like blokes like Merv and Brad Fittler and people like that doing the celebrity stuff. Yeah. But our guy Jesse at the Man Shake, he was like, I've been at Doogs to get guys like you, and like, I don't know like how it all started with Jerd, but like he was like messaging me a few months in, like emailing me a few months into my journey. He's like, Matt, we're following you, we're keen, man, let us know if you need anything, and maybe we can sort something out in the future. And like, and I spoke to him. He's like, dude, we really want to just have real guys doing it, and that can help other guys. Like, because like you can't relate to a celebrity, can you? You can't relate to a celebrity because like they've got nothing but time. There's a perceived notion that they don't do much and they have all the time in the world to train and all the money in the world. But anyway, that's beside. We're digressing.
But that's actually big. But that's 100% a big part of it. That's the reason it works, and that does tie into this conversation. That's the reason that you get approached with those questions. Now, this is not a bad thing. It's because you're just like you and Jerd and Tim and Lloyd and myself, whatever. We're all everymen, right? So the answer is like, shit, if you can do it, it's got to be doable, right? And then of course ask the question like, what's the answer? Because everyone wants that answer.
Well,
because for better or worse, the psychology of it is everyone just wants the easy answer to lose weight, because it's hard and it sucks. And if you see someone like yourself who's lost 50 kilos and you're like, how did you do it? Did you just say a certain phrase in the mirror 5 times and it went away? It's just part of that. And there's nothing wrong with that as well. People are always you respect the butthole, and then people will respect you. Like it's all goes hand in hand. But it does come down to that like conversation.
Well, I don't know whether people approach you, Ryan, in relation to it like, in person, but like when I get asked in person, they're like, how'd you do it? And they're intently listening to every word I say, like hanging off it, like, and I'm just like, and I'm there like, and I'm like, I hope I'm not sounding condescending, like as in like I'm trying to teach someone something in a bad way, and like halfway through me describing it, I'm just like, I sound like a complete fuckwit. Like, I don't, like, am I, like, who am I to say this to you? Like, I've lost a bunch of weight, but, like, I should not be someone that, I don't know what it is. Like, it's just in my own head. And that's a real mental demon that I'm trying to fight with, because, I just feel like, at times when people are talking to me about weight loss and, how they can do it and, ask me for advice, I'm like, am I really an authority to give any sort of advice? Like, even though I'm going through it and I'm being through it, it's something that I'm having to deal with. And he says on his own YouTube channel.
See, I think that's part of it. I think that's the other part of the hurdle that you're facing, and it is something that does appear in your videos from time to time. Like if you happen to slightly stray off your diet, you feel that you have to justify it. Like I've seen you in videos be like, I just had this little bit, it wasn't that bad. Like you've literally gone out of your way to like to sort of really solidify or justify, like, oh, I had Guzman today, but it's fine. It was just this, it was just that. It's like, no, you don't have to do that. But that is that self-imposed pressure of being accountable because of the channel, on top of being an ambassador for a product. Because I think we discussed this yonks ago about the idea is like what comes with that, the hurdle of being an ambassador. Like, does it add this additional stresses? And I think that stress is either you have to make sure you maintain that weight loss and make sure you maintain the diet, or be there to answer the questions.
Well.
But as Phil Brown says in the chat there, just quickly, he goes, being overweight for so long, you have to rebuild your personal confidence. And that's a big part of it, because, when you are a larger person, your confidence is shot. It is rocked. You 9 times out of 10, you believe you are not worth shit. So then on top of that, you're also having to come to terms with the new you, come to terms with the psychology of the new you, and then also process that, yeah, you earned this and you deserve this. And, it's one of those people, like, why people ask me, it's because you fucking did it.
Yeah, like, and I appreciate that advice. Like, I 100% understand what you're saying. Like, I mean, with the, I'll say, oh, I had gas and so on, but there's only 600 and odd calories, and yeah, I do that, and like, but in the same breath, because I'm vlogging, like, I feel the need that I need to explain, like, like, this is why it happened, and like, I mean. Yeah, and because I'm on this channel, I'm trying to encourage, the fact that you don't need to always, like, you should be kind of having your healthy options, cooking dinner and such like that. And I don't want to, make it seem like I'm doing it right now. Fuck. But yeah, it's 100% understand where you're coming from, because like you don't feel like you're worth much. You don't feel like and you're saying it before, like you look at clothes, you think I shouldn't be wearing that, or this, that, and the other. It's how you view yourself in the mirror.
Me personally, I had a very clear rule. Like, I wouldn't wear, like, when I was fat, I wouldn't wear shirts that went above my knee because they were thin people shorts.
Oh, yeah.
And even now, I'm like, I don't think I can wear those shorts. But yeah, it's the same idea, right? I just couldn't,
make that there. Yeah, exactly right. And yeah, I'm just because everyone says that when you lose weight, you get in a better frame of mind. It's like, I don't think that's necessarily true. I think you need to work on that as much as what you do your physical sense, because like so much of your body is changing, and so much like and people will focus on their physical self so much without thinking twice about how they are mentally, and in especially in social situations, or like anything really. Like it's like you working in mental health, you have that kind of field, you have an idea on exactly what's involved. Well, not what's involved, but what I'm getting at. You'll know that this is part of the battle, and
because it is, as you said, it's a massive part of the battle. There's two struggles happening at any one time, because your mental health and your physical self are so intrinsically linked that they are playing off each other. In the same reason that when you were when your body was unhealthy, you were unhappy. They go together. So now that you are getting healthier, your mental health is getting healthier. But there's also those other things that come with that, and it's that expectation, that pressure. Because what you're discussing is essentially imposter syndrome, right? But this is something that I personally see a lot in the Man Shakers group. For all its awesomeness, like, you do see people that like, oh, I didn't lose as much weight this week. Oh, I didn't, I went slightly over my daily calories. And it's like, dude, like, you're gonna go fucking insane. When someone talked about like, oh, I don't do this, I don't do that. I'm like, well, because someone was talking about cutting out booze. And I'm like, dude, like, if one drink a day, or say one Coke a day, stops you from going insane, fucking have a Coke a day, man. Like, because this is the big thing. Once people get into this and they believe that it is their diet, it's not a lifestyle change, it's a thing that you go really hard, real fast. But no, it's a longer stretch of thing. And like, because you are breaking habits, you're breaking years of ingrained habits, and it can't be done quickly. It takes time. It takes a effort and persistence. Like, the idea of like, it's just like smoking, right? If you just stop smoking and you're not ready for it, you will go back. But if you wean yourself down and then you eventually go, you know what, I don't need this anymore, you'll never go back.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, like, focus on your mental health as well. So
Yeah, and I said make those compromises. Compromise is always considered a bad word, but it can certainly be a good thing as well. Because they said you got once you break the certain parts of your brain, then you are going in the right direction. So, like the example that I always use is myself. I love Coke. I love soft drink. I would smash liters of that shit a day. So it's been what 14 months, and I have not had a full sugar soft drink period in that time. I don't think I have either. Yet I have Coke Zero every day. I have one can every day because for me that is my connector. That is my little slight reward, and it's the one thing I know I can't quit. So what I do, I made it a healthier option, and I staggeringly reduced the amount that I had. So what I'm saying here is I'm not arguing the same as you. I'm not being an expert. I don't fucking know what works for you. If like you, Ash, if you have a no sugar, you're worried that's going to become a train. That's going to be your off wagon moment.
Yeah, I don't have because I'm much the same as you. I would drink and I worked it out about 69 to 70 kilos worth of sugar each year from Coke. 70 kilos, like a whole person worth of sugar just from Coke in the entire year. And I know that if I gave myself a Coke a day, be it Coke Zero, Diet Coke or whatever, it'll just be one time where I just can't get the Coke Zero, and then I have to get the regular sugar Coke, and it's just that will start like the snowball effect, like the boulder rolling after Indiana Jones. That would be my undoing. So I avoid it completely, right? So I only have Pepsi Max if I having Zinger box or something like that, because
so I don't buy it outside of my house. I will get the box of the Coke of the Coke cans. I'll have one a day, and I never buy it outside of here. So I don't go I'll go get a Coke from the supermarket. Not happening. I still have to put that rule on it.
Oh yeah. I'm just typing something here, and it's freezing up the stream. Oh fuck! I hate this crap top.
Good work. That's it. I'll jump back here. Let's have a look. So, Tim say you're just in a mindset of still thinking you're overweight, especially if you've been that way for a long time. You have to retrain your mind to know what you've lost that way. Big time. And I do wonder, when that day will happen. When that day I'll have that switch and I won't see it anymore. I'm pretty confident that day will never come. I think that because I'd been fat for 30 years, I didn't think about it, and it's hard, it's deep wide in there now. So instead I'm looking at those different victories, where it be running for an X amount of period of time, or lose, because I'm getting to that point where the scale for me is not going to be my measuring indicator anymore, because I think my genetics is starting to kick my ass.
Really?
I mean that as in I was just I come from a line of round people, so I'm pushing the best I can, but I think it's a circumstance of I'm probably not going to get much thinner. I think my frame is this way. But I haven't given up, but I'm understanding that I may not get to the hundo like I planned.
I honestly don't believe that it would hold that much weight. How tall are you? 5'10".
5'10".
So yeah, your ideal weight according to BMI scales or something like that, 85 kilos or something like that. I you can lose it. You can 100% lose it. You may have some genetics that come over, but not come over, to fight against, but it is absolutely 100% possible, my man. So it is absolutely 100% possible.
Oh, this is not me giving up. This is me understanding that there is. Because that's the one thing that everyone, in terms of mental health, right? In terms of the mental understanding of that journey, everyone has an expectation of where they think they can go, and for them it's fucking ripped or it's really thin. And for some of us, that's great. Jerd lost 80 kilos, so he's one of those things. His body is meant to be that way. He's very lucky. Where you're in that similar boat as well, because you are, prior to gaining this weight again, you were gym, and you were, you weren't a gym, you went to the gym. Where your body can be at its quote peak, right? I haven't, the weight I am now, I weighed when I was 16.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I've managed to reduce 15 years of additional weight. You know what I mean? So like, I've always been a heavier set guy. So like, I'm presuming that there is some bracket in that I can't push through. Best I can do now is replace that fat with muscle. Still be the same size, still be the same on the scale weight, but I'll be fit, but I'll be trimmer. And that's my new goal. Hence why I sort of moved this year into going into the gym side of things.
Gym's great. I do miss working out at the gym. I really do. But yeah, I want to do this just by walking and lose the fat first and work on muscle. But McKim, he commented a while ago, and I want to read some of these comments here. I also want to do this because I'm growing up. Because growing up, no one will take interest in you as a girlfriend or boyfriend. I just want to change that with this. I just love what you do, man, helping everyone so generous. So, well, thank you very much, McKim, and I really sincerely wish you the best of luck. I honestly do.
Yeah, and that does come hand in hand, man. Once again, you'll lose that weight, you'll become more confident, but there are some things, of course, that weight loss isn't always going to be. This is that real hard statement. Ready? Weight loss won't always be the answer. You can become the thinnest person. You can still be unhappy and have low confidence. It's going to take time. It's going to take work on both
Phil
sides.
Brown says, I was still playing footy at 135 to 140. Yeah, fat and overweight, but still reasonably healthy. After surgery, hurt to run and exercise, so blew out to 160. Now I'm fine to make myself get out of there. Yeah, well, Phil, you've had a fair few of health-related issues with surgery, especially like in and around the brain and medications, which cause weight loss to be very near impossible. But man, the fact that you're still plugging away instead of blowing out to 180 to 200 kilos, mate, it's great, and that's a good thing.
Also, that comment, he is much smarter than me.
You're way smarter than me. Like, honestly, the words you use, it's just, I can't even count the syllables that are in them. Coxie's content, it's cheeky. Cheeky, why? Okay, Cheeky, I'm going to ask you a question right now. I want honesty. Why do you keep changing your names? Like, he was get me in there, coach. Mitch tries. He changes his name like every month. New month, new name. It's cheeky.
He's trying to find the right brand. You'll get there, and it'll take some time. See, I know him as Mitch Kaboom because that's when he was most prominent on my Twitch streams as Mitch Kaboom. So, nothing was wrong with.
That sounds like a finishing move in coitus. Mitch Kaboom.
Yeah, it sounds like a really dope suplex, Don't.
Travis Osborne, how you doing, mate? Good seeing you. McKim asks, hey, that fat guy. You can call me Ash for short, by the way. How would you rate the mango? I had it the other day, and it tasted nothing like mango. It tasted bad. Ooh, strong words. I rate it as a 9 out of 10, purely because it would be perfect if it had more of a mango punch. I 100% agree. It needs more mango to it. That being said, I do like it, and I can definitely taste the mango. On the nose, it smells really like peppery to me. Like when you smell it, it's just like it's like shrills the nostrils a little bit. But I love it. I think it's great. Ange made it up into that slice I had before, and it was delicious. It's delicious.
See, I don't think peppery is the right term, but I understand what you're getting at because there is a weird smell on it. Like, it does have a weird bouquet when you open, like, the bag itself. When you get it in the shake with the water, it's fine. And I found that if you add a little bit of extra water, like, say, if you add, like, the 500-600 ml, it kind of tastes like fruit cup cordial. It's probably the best way to trick
That's
yourself a little bit if you want to.
For all those people who have a bag of mango shake at home, right? Shake it up, like, when it's, like, when you first get it. Shake it up, and then just feel it. It feels like a liquid. It honestly is like, it's such a thin powder. You shake up the bag, it feels like you got a liquid in there. Whereas all the other ones, you can tell that it's like a powder or something like that. But yeah, the mango is like.
That is one of the best part when you move it from bag to container. It's got that little jiggle. It's got that kind of like wave effect to it, and then before it settles itself
it's
back
like that
down.
super fine sand that you get those little rakes and the little bonsai tree. It's like Mitch says, honest answer, once I lose the weight, I will answer on EP 450 of Fat Chat. Well, so far, because it's taken me like a couple of months to do the next episode of Fat Chat, episode 450 will be like 3 decades away. So
Ash onto vlog 4,822.
Yeah, just like, hey guys, I'm that fat guy. Welcome to day 30,400. I've taken me dementia medicine. Thank you for helping me crack 3,000 subscribers.
Make sure you, yeah, make sure you like. Oh, you got still getting your weekly dirty bird.
I'll be like a Colonel Sanders ambassador at the time.
Looking like Colonel Sanders.
Like the stipulations of that
Whitehead.
sponsorship is I had to get the Colonel tattooed on my forehead, and I get a free Zinger box every week. But yeah, look, I mean, guys, if you have any questions for Ryan and myself, just put it down in the comments to the side here. Just like say question and just ask it, because we really don't have much of a run sheet. We just come in here and start talking. But Tim Sayer, as I say that, he has a question. It looks like there's another question coming through. Hey guys, have you ever gave in, had extra bad things, not on cheat days, and still had decent loss anyway, despite that? Yes. I'll start.
Yeah.
I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
One week, I think it was in June last year, 2020. I don't know why I had to think about that so much, but usually during the June long weekend, myself and a lot of the super guys, the OG guys, we go on the long weekend. We rent out like some sort of like resort somewhere and just drink piss and do that all the week. Not like, drink alcohol. God, I should say some better words. Drink alcohol and eat like crazy and everything like that, and have a great weekend. But COVID obviously happened, and COVID's sucks butts. So we had an isolation super meet. So we all got over to my mate's place. You may recall in my vlogs, but I had like 2 solid days of just drinking and eating crap. And I think come weigh in, I still lost like it was 300 or 600 grams, and that was only a few days after. So it's absolutely possible, but like I wouldn't go out and recommend doing it all too often. But yeah. Have you had any situations like that, Ryan?
Nothing like that. Like, I've been really good, and I really haven't done a lot of blowouts like that, just because here in Victoria, it's been so heavily restricted last year. There's really not a lot we could do. We couldn't go anywhere and really do anything. So the only thing I would really do is like, I would still only have my one, celebration meal a week, but some other meals would be a little bit questionable. Like, I'd have a little bit more nachos than I probably should, or because my wife would be like, I want to have this. I'm like, well, I don't want to cook my own dinner, so sure. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to cook a separate second dinner. So, so in terms of that, like, there's probably more questionable dinners in terms of what they are. They don't really fit that overall plan compared to going super hard. Then the big difference as well is in terms of losing weight. So for the majority of last year, majority of my weight loss journey, I weighed myself every day, and I still do. But so for that, I will watch go up and down on the daily, right? Because to me, that helps me see the whole journey. It helps me understand how my body works, and it makes me less likely to be disheartened. Because if I weighed one Wednesday and then the Wednesday after, and I gained weight, even though I at some point had lost a stack of weight during that week, I'd be like, oh, I'm not doing it right. I'm doing it wrong. But like, I've conditioned myself to understand the ebbs and the flows of my body.
Well, the body's a mind fuck, to put it short.
Yeah, because that's what the thing that people don't understand is your body wants to be fat. Your body wants to be comfortable. Like, that's why it's good, because that means that food is there. It's always there, and your body loves that. There's
tribes in Africa where the fattest men are deemed as the most attractive.
Yeah, because that means they're not poor. It means then that they are good at hunting. They are good at they have plenty of stuff. They have plenty of items to feed a younger, babies is the word I want. Why the fuck am I thinking the word baby? You know what I mean? But like, it demonstrates wealth and status and stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
McKim says, hey man, should I get a portable blender to do the man shake to make it smoother? Because I'm sure you all agree, but it's a bit chunky. Bit chunky is bad. Or should us add more water? Not needed. It's really not needed. Some people swear by them, but it's really not needed. All you need to do is, I fill this up with 550 mils. I don't do the 350 like they recommend on the packet. Don't do it that way. That it's super thick. It doesn't work. It does. Yeah, I don't know why they don't change it. Everyone says add more water. So I do 550 mils of water in the shaker and shake it up and shake it like you mean it. Yeah, you know, like don't just be like,
Yeah.
you know, like that kind of shit. You want to.
You've seen that. You've seen the dancing shaker. You see him go ham on it. Like you need to like beat the shit out of it. But yeah, don't like it's an unnecessary expenditure. You really don't need to
Have
do
one at
it.
home.
If you want it, sure, go ahead. You know, you do you. Like we're not here to tell you that, but yeah, you can certainly get it enough just by going ham on the shake.
That's a stock shaker.
But yeah, just add more water. More
That's
water.
a stock shaker. It has
anybody.
little bits you add onto the bottom of it. We turn it into a super shaker, trademark Ryan. But we like.
I wish I had more fat. I wish I had more fat shakers so I could make a huge bastard.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, just shake it up. But like, if you want to have a NutriBullet, if you got a NutriBullet or something like that at home, keep that. That's great. You know, like occasionally I would, you know, blend up my chocolate shake with a banana and some peanut butter, make Snickers shake, or just chuck some fresh fruit like mango pieces or banana or something, just to make it a bit different. Like if you feel like, you know, like if you feel like on the weekend you're feeling a bit extra peckish, like you're really hungry and you really could use something to eat. Instead of actually going and eating something, just add some fruit to your shake. Yeah, it's a couple extra calories, but it will fill you up a lot. Like it'll be much more substantial than a standard shake. So that does help with those, like, you know, idle mind kind of days where you don't really have much going on.
Big time.
But yeah, Matthew Tisdall says.
Oh, sorry, Miss Cox's question. This probably is a bigger guy problem, but has anyone had joint swelling pain when getting in their daily steps? Now, as you were a bigger gent, Ash, like when you first started, did you have that?
Big time. You may notice, like, you know, despite the obvious just ongoing sweat that I was experiencing, because I was doing half an hour at lunch every day, going out for a walk. The back, like the small of my back, like right above your butt, killing me. Knees killing me. Ankles not so much. I've you know, ankles I'm doing all right, but it was just knees and my lower back. And the moment that I switched over and actually invested some like good coin in shoes, like the gel Kayanos from Asics, $260 retail. Like I got them for $200 at the time. Like it was like night and day difference. Like I cannot emphasize how much good orthopedic, like you know, good orthopedics can, and like, you know, supportive shoes can and will help you when it's just walking, man. Like honestly, like I was walking around in skate shoes when I first started.
Yeah, I did my first 6 months with walking in Vans, and I like.
How bad is it?
No. Yeah, so I went and I got these bastards. And I don't know why I'm still wearing them now. It's like fucking 9 o'clock. Yeah, and then that was probably the greatest decision I ever made, because like they're so much better support, cushion, walking so much
if you got them, if you're going to be doing some serious walking, like if you plan on walking every day, invest a little money. If you've already invested in a Manshake, invest a little extra money in yourself. Get yourself some supportive footwear. If you are experiencing joint pain as well, like you can get those compression bands for your knees and that. They will also add extra support there. You can get knee braces, which also like I had to wear for a while. Yeah, because I had an old footy injury.
And if you're unsure, also speak to your doctor as well. It might be something underlying that you may not be aware
arthritis or something like that.
Just always check that shit. Because that's one of those things. Being a larger person affects your body numerous ways. And, you know, unlike Ash or myself, neither of us really consulted our physician before we went on our weight loss journey. I probably might want to consider doing that if you're a bigger
I got the only consulting I did was after, like, so I, as you may know, I went in for sinus surgery, and my specialist, like, he's a sinus specialist, right? He the first thing he hands me, like, this is like when he says, okay, so we're going to make a date for the surgery and that. He hands me this. So I was expecting like a list of notes to prep for the surgery. He hands me a fucking diet plan. He's like, yeah, man, I'm looking at you as a holistic approach. I want you to lose a bit of weight. You know, I'm like, great, thanks, doc. And this is like before like I was anywhere near the Manshake. I was just like, yeah, you know what? I get it. I'm fat. Just fix my fucking nose.
See, I had the same thing. I like when my I nearly had my appendix blow up, and like I went in the surgery, and they were like, yeah, we're just a little bit worried because your size, about with the anesthesia. I'm like, what? Like, I'd never thought that was of being an issue at all, because I was like, I'm not that fat, right?
Well, then, yeah, if you had to say I'm not that fat, right, and then
Turns out I was.
hey, I'm not. Hey, Lois, am I fat? Yeah, yes, Peter, you are.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
that's yeah. So after what was I going with that? So yeah, I didn't consult a physician, like a dietitian or a GP or anything. I say, how do I lose this weight? And I had blood tests from 2 separate visits. So I was at a hospital, like a couple months apart or a month apart, and they're like, yeah, you got pre-diabetes. And the letter that basically I arrived in the mail the day I started the man shake, coincidentally, said you are at risk of getting pre-diabetes. I was like, okay, that's consultation enough, time to get started. And it wasn't until like 2, maybe 3 months ago I actually went back to the doctor because I had like a infection somewhere. I think it was a chest infection or something. I had to get a blood test, and I was like, yeah, doc, do you check my pre-diabetes while you're there, check my, and he came back to me a few days later. He's like, you're all good, son. I'm like, yay. But
Well, yeah, the only time I consulted my doctor is when I like blew out my asshole, and I was like, it hurts. He's like, what have you done? I'm like, I completely changed my lifestyle and diet. He's like, that's probably fucking did it, idiot.
Really, I can't poop.
I poop so hard I bleed.
Oh my goodness.
She's like, go to the doctor.
Well, it's fun.
Idiot. So you have IBS and you decide to change everything you put in your face. Yeah, bold strategy, Cotton.
It's funny that we mentioned that the consulting doctor. I got more questions here. We're going to get to them, but real quick.
Yeah, we'll get to them, brother. Don't worry about that.
A guy at work, he's a diabetic. He's a type 2 diabetic, and he is on the man shake because of me. It's like, I'm on it because of you, Ash. I'm like, great. So I've authority to say that. And he lost, some weight. He's lost like 10 kilos, but he's diabetes type 2 and has been for some time. He's on a trial at the moment to reverse it. So he's had it for like 7 years or something like that. So they say that in the first like year of having diabetes, like the type 2, I think you can reverse it. But if it's anything past a year or 2 years, one of the two, it's just permanent. So they're trialing him to do something where 1 month, starting on, I think it was Friday last week, he is having no solid food at all. He is. They've actually got him off the man shake, switched him to fucking OptiFast, and just water. And he's doing that for a month.
I guess that the idea is they know what's. There's probably not some sort of branded reason. There's probably there has to be some sort of reason.
There's probably more widely available or something like that. So they so he's doing that for another month. So Chris, good luck to you, mate. I hope you kick that type 2 diabetes.
But yeah, no, that's pretty spot on, because if greater than that first year, you probably just blow the fuck out of your pancreas. Yeah. So you've really got no choice.
Well, I really hope that he gets it all sorted there. So yeah. What was the next question that you got there?
So yes, so Matt Sisto goes, hey guys, I found your channel, which is yours, Ash, not mine, a few days ago. Thank you for your content.
Thank you, Matt.
And then Travis goes, I'm at the point in 1 kilo where I have reached my goal. Maintaining it scares the shit out of me.
Mate, you're not the only one, Trav. Like, is anyone here maintaining at the moment, or like, is anyone at that point or successfully maintained in their life? Because I could use some pointers. Like, yeah.
I'm at that point where I think that like I will be man shaking for like the foreseeable future.
I got no doubt that I will be man shaking for the for the foreseeable future. Not only because I'm a brand ambassador, but like it just. Oh yeah, that has been like just the easiest weight loss I've ever done in my life, and I enjoy the man shake and having like, I guess the big thing for me, and my weight gain is that. I don't love spending ages in the kitchen cooking something healthy and like thinking ahead. I'm not a big planner of food, and I can't think ahead and go, okay, Wednesday night I'm going to make up this, and I have all the ingredients in the fridge and then have to go and cook it. And anything that saves me time, and the man shake does exactly that. It takes the whole guesswork about what I'm going to have for lunch. I don't need to prep that. I just literally take it with me and that's it. So I honestly believe that when I hit that maintenance phase, staying on the man shakes, but I might need to taper down to one or I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I think I might make it just my breakfast. Perhaps I've always been garbage at breakfast. I think that's why my metabolism is so shit. Because like for my entire schooling life, I didn't have breakfast because I was a fat kid. I was like, if I don't have breakfast, I won't be as fat. And then that evolved into, well, if I don't eat lunch, I won't be fat. And then my metabolism was garbage because I only ever ate dinner.
Yeah.
So it made it so much worse for myself.
Mate, yeah, man, food. If only there was like, they treated food as like addictive stuff like drugs. It's like, have you got an addiction?
Well, because add to that though, like even to this day, this is how I know that my brain is fucked and my relationship with food is fucked. Because you would think that being in this scenario and losing all this weight and doing all this stuff, your brain would disconnect. But no, I could still 100% eat myself to sickness.
Oh yeah, easy, hands down,
easy.
Like I basically did the other night. I had a Zinger Stacker box. And I was like, my gut's saying, you're full. Like, honestly, stop eating. But my brain's saying, no, but there's still burger left. Like, what are you going to do? Like, you can't leave it. And I'm like, I guess that settles that. And I just ate myself to the point where I'm like...
Yeah. And it came down to, growing up in a low-income household, like, my parents were like, you fucking eat what's on your plate. Because that's all we got. It's like... So there was always that, so that you connection with food as well, and there's a lot of things that come into it.
Osmoto Man. Oh, Shane Beasley. Sorry, I missed that. Shane Beasley. I'm at work. Just walked through my empty train, and someone with the KFC work hat behind. I was tempted to get it for you. Why didn't you go back and get it, Shane? If it's still there, it's probably like greasy and covered with prepubescent hair. But yeah, anyway,
you can wash that shit. Matt Tisdale, starting weight at 185, 31 years, taking me 3 years trying other things, and I'm down to 150. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm a night shift nurse. I've started on the man shake tonight. Well, good luck, brother. You've already taken a massive dent out of it. Can only go better from here, man.
Matt,
Congratulations.
Honestly, congratulations, mate. That's fantastic. 185 to 150. That's a massive step. Absolutely, just what like Ryan said, but the next 50 to 60 kilos, if you may want to lose, I don't know how much you want to lose, but if you use the man shake and you follow the plan 2 a day, you just stick to it, it'll be the easiest weight you ever lose. I don't know your body, but I'm happy to say that like everyone that has started it since like I've been on it and spoken to me, they said, yeah, I've lost a bunch of weight. Even a friend of mine, who didn't need to lose any weight. Like he was like 108. He wanted to lose something. He's lost like 16 kilos, and he just feels like he hasn't done anything outside the norm. So,
So part of my weekly, so that's the things to the next to my name. One of my weekly shows, which is the PlayStation podcast for the players. My co-host, he's also jumped on the man shake as well. So he's been doing it for 5 weeks. So he and I have our weekly Get Less Fat update. And yeah, he's 10 kilos down now in 5 weeks. So it's easy.
Bezos says he's going to go back and get it if on his next walkthrough. Thank you. Just if you can just chuck it in the next wash, if you can. I'm going to disinfect that. But that'll be a cool little thing. I probably wouldn't wear it actively, but it would be cool to have. Osmoto Man.
Gatto asked.
Oh no, Osmoto Man was replying to Coxie. Says, come from big guy with 2 stuffed ankles. Yes, swelling and pain is normal after every walk. Remember the simple rule: rice, rest, ice, compress. Oh, rice. The anagram of rest, ice, compress, and elevate. Okay, yeah. I'm like, wait, hold on. Is he saying eat rice or put your feet in rice, like a rice bath? Oh, jeez. Anyway, go on.
Oh, no, it's because I thought you didn't know where you were in the chat, so I jumped in. But there you go.
Yank and Oz, good work getting your steps in while you're watching. Thank you so much. Smash that like button and turn the volume up and rip the knob off. Anyway, question. Gatto, has anyone used thermogenic fat burner while on the shakes? Oh, I've got lots of experience with thermogenic fat burners, but not on the shakes. So... Like I use a product, and I'm not sure whether Ryan you've used any of this kind of stuff, but back in my gym days, and intermittent fasting, I used to use a thing called alphamine for a while. I used to get it from the United States because it had a certain ingredient that the Australian release wasn't able to get. Like, it's just, legalities of stuff, some stuff, they're more relaxed over the United States. So alphamine from the States. And then when I couldn't get that anymore, I turned to a thing called hydroxycut. And I think it's a thermogenic. All it does is raises your body temperature, and you sweat more, and you're meant to be burning calories just by doing your daily stuff. I honestly don't think they're worth it anymore. I honestly don't. If you need to kick your body into gear, then give it a go. I'm no expert, but thermogenics. I don't like sweating. I really don't, but I can't stop.
Yeah,
I honestly can't stop sweating. I don't need a thermogenic.
See, it's weird. I used to like sweat when I breathe, just sitting there. Where now it's not so bad, but I enjoy a sweat actually. Like it's weird. Like even though like lifting weights and stuff, it's a different sweat to like running or walking or any cardio. I love the cardio sweat right now. I don't know what it is. Something in my brain's ticked. I think I got that mild runner's high like last week, and I was like, fuck yeah. And then and I identify the sweat as I've done a good job. So that's bad. But no, I've never done thermogenics. The reason being is I don't want to overcomplicate it. The thing I've loved about this journey so far, it's incredibly simple. Like, I don't even really calorie count. I don't worry about macros and that bullshit, because all that does is set me up to fail easier. Like, once you start adding unnecessary amount of metrics in there or unnecessary additions, you just complicate the journey, and you can very easily fall off or become disenfranchised.
Great word.
Add so many levels of measurement.
See, that's why you're smarter than me. I would never use a word like that. What a fantastic word that is. Great job. Great job.
No, but it's spot on, because if you start adding like macros, you're like, oh, I've had too much of this and that, like, fucking cares. It's if you make it as simple as in versus out, then you're good.
Now, Rodney 1210 is in the house, and I'm pretty sure that Rodney 1210 is a gentleman who has started his own weight loss channel. Is that Rodney 1210? Yeah.
Hey.
I'm not big. I'm just big boned. I would highly recommend jumping over. I'll bring it up here for everyone to see. I don't care. Let's go over here. Let's freeze up the stream for everybody real quick. I'll get the display capture going. Actually, let me search it first. There you go.
Well, while you do that, I'll jump into the comments for you. So Gatto86 says, I live in a small country town, and I went and seen the quack and told them I'm starting the man shake, and I was currently 145, and all he said was good luck. Well, either he's very cynical or he's genuinely happy for you. He's like, fuck yeah, good luck, go ahead. Or he's like, good luck, you fat piece of shit. Could go either way, I suppose, depending on the doctor. Simon Valentine, I swear by sketches right now, although I'm just finally starting to walk more properly thanks to a few chiro visits. Yeah, big time. Early on, I was going to my myotherapist a lot, because as you start losing weight, your center of balance is all kinds of fucked. So you should hear about me using smart words, and like, it's all kinds of fucked. But no, it's 100%. So make sure you go and speak to go to a chiropractor, go to a myotherapist, do what you can because if you have been large for a long window of time, your front has been constantly pulling on your spine. Your spine will likely be out of alignment. It would likely to be punched back in. And on top of that, your muscles are all stretched, and because they're used to having a terrible posture. So, go in there, check, throughout your journey, and you're 100% going to be in a better, more comfier place. Because this is the other thing as well, especially early on. Don't work yourself until you're sore, because if you work yourself until you're sore, you're not going to do it the next day. You're not going to want to go and do it again. Work yourself until it's slightly uncomfortable, so that way you're not, once again, disconnected from me. Not like, oh, I'm hurting, I can't walk today. No, do enough that you feel like you've done something, that you have done something on some sort of measurable scale, but don't be like, I'm gonna fucking run for like an hour, I'm gonna lift all this shit, because you would knock yourself out and you don't want to do it anymore.
There you go. So thank you, Ryan, for that one. That's a beautiful answer, and I love your choice of words. Just big boned. Look him up. If you can, subscribe to him, support him on his journey. He's using the Man Shake as well. He is on the Man Shakers page. He's pretty good with his video editing. I tell you what, he's doing all right. And this video here It was really, really a good video to watch. He reveals a lot about himself and his, physical self and how he is. So I hope you don't mind throwing you out there, Rodney, mate. But you deserve all the subscribers you can get, mate. Because it's great. So seriously, check him out, subscribe if you can. All right.
Quick jump in. So Gatto86, he's coming through with all the goods tonight. He goes, hashtag hemorrhoids are no joke. They are no joke. So that's what hands to my whole discussion about respecting the butthole. You are staggeringly increasing the protein in your diet by the use of the man shake, because there is a presumption here, but if you were a bigger person, you are likely having a very high fat and high carb based diet and probably not enough protein. So once you start having the shakes, your protein level increases, your shits get harder, and they become harder to do. Do not do what Ryan Dunn did. I gave myself a fissure, and it was the most painful fucking 2 months of my life. It's one of those things like, would you wish a fissure against my worst enemy? Fuck yeah, I would, because it'd kill him.
Don't do what Donnie don't does. Yeah. I got that reference. I understood that reference. That was fantastic.
Yeah, so big joke. Respect that button, man.
Jesus Louises. So, yes. So, getting into the chat here, Tim says, I'm only 4.4 kilos away from my original goal. I decided to go down a little bit more. I feel comfortable with how I look. Apparently, I'll be out of the overweight BMI. I need to be out of the overweight BMI. I need to be at Thingo. Oh, Rodney.
Also, BMI, load of shit.
Rodney drops a super chat. Thank you so much. Love you, man. There's nothing you can do about it. Dude, don't forget, I'm just big bone too. So, also, that reminds me. So you guys know that I've been saving up for a new PC with that, and I told you that Google only pay you once a month. Well, YouTube only pays you once a month. And sorry, I've got to play the sound for you. Sorry, I forgot. I got too excited.
Super chat.
Okay, so yeah, they finally told me how much revenue that I got from you guys in the month of January, and I had to sit down, and being completely open and transparent here, from a mixture of super chats, ad revenue, and membership, I got $995 from you guys in the month of January.
Wow.
So
that is like 80% of a computer, dude.
Yeah, I'm putting 1,000 of my own dollars into it, right? So I'm at that plus December revenue, which was I think it was 340 odd. So I've got 2,400 ish thereabouts.
You have more than enough to get a ripper PC,
and
right?
that doesn't include any of the revenue I've gotten since the 31st of January. So this, I thought this whole, because I put PC down here on my goal list, right down the bottom, in 12-month, long-term goal kind of shit. This could happen in a couple of months. The PC that love built. So, and I've already decided that once I get, to my target and build it, the following month is going to be every cent I earn is all going to a charity that I'm going to be working out, because you guys, it is blowing me away and you guys, it's amazing. So thank you so much.
See, I that's the thing. I've been a content creator for 6 years. You know how much I make a month? $25.
To be fair,
my Patreon.
I don't know whether
my content's very very different.
But you got different content, but I don't think you do you focus on YouTube as much as what you do your podcast, or
well, all the podcasts are on YouTube.
Yeah, but do people listen to more on the podcasting
yeah. More recently, everyone's transitioned to the audio, which is fine.
Oh.
But no, just in general, it's just as I love it because it's fantastic, and it just shows the level of support and goodness that you put into the world.
Apparently, it can be measured by dollars.
If it could be measured by dollars, and there you go.
It's
amazing. And then there's a bit more to it.
So that thank you so much, Osmodo, man. You honestly, fuck. Thank you, dude.
Super chat.
Wow, I'm literally lost for words. So yeah, add an extra $50 to that. Well,
They can add some RGB at that
after
motherfucker,
YouTube
you
takes a
know?
little chunk out of that, but thank you, dude, so much. So, and Tannen's dropped some exciting news. Yeah,
Tannen's!
he went to big. He says crazy good news. I saw a Star Wars button-up shirt, I assume, at Big W for $10, but it was only in a large, and I was brave enough to try it on, and it barely, parentheses, fit me. Fucking large fit me. Congratulations, man. And not long, it will fit you awesome.
Yeah.
So, Tannins, I'm super proud of you. That's amazing. So, congratulations, my man. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And Jess Bruce is in the house. What's going on, Jess Bruce? Jess Bruce recently featured on the Man Talk, and she is spearheading Lady Talk, and she also has her own Twitch, so check her out on Twitch. Jess, if you can drop a link, because I have no idea what it is, to be honest. Thank you so much.
I think it's just twitch.tv/.
But ladies and gentlemen, if I can just also just remind you, once again, I gotta go. I'll go back to it. But can you please look up a gentleman by the name of I'm Just Big Boned on YouTube and subscribe to him. I'm gonna get it back up here because I want him to get subscribers. All right. But yeah. What else is going on?
Phil Brown goes, I like your thoughts, Ryan. What you put in versus what you put out. That's it. It's all about calorie deficit, man. It's simple. If you want it, but if you need to put those numbers in, cool. If not, you go, well, I had 2 shakes today. I had this amount of snack, and my dinner wasn't that heavy. I just got to run a bit more. You know, or you can do it that simply. If you want to, you just have to be more dedicated.
Subscribe to him if you can. He's jumped up 4 subscribers. Great, fantastic. Let's get him to 100 so he can change his URL. Because Just Big Boned, it gets dumped in the search terms. I was searching it before, and South Park Cartman just destroys it in terms of search. So let's get him his own URL, people, so he can link it directly. But yeah, and Gatto86, sorry guys, no super chats from me. Dude, I don't expect super chats at all. It is just, you guys are generous enough to do it. Thank you, dude, and thank you for the super chats the other day. Please, don't ever feel the need to apologize. There's no obligation for anyone to donate. I don't want to think that for a second. And I don't expect it. Saying
that though, and he's in the stream. He's come to the stream. He's chatting up a storm. That
is more than enough, dude. I love having you guys around. That's what I legitimately love doing this. That's why I do it every single freaking day, and live streams twice a week. Since I don't know, when was my first live stream? It was such a Ryan, do you remember your first live stream?
Yeah, I remember. Well, see, the big difference for me is I wasn't so I did live radio for a year and a half before I started any sort of live video stuff at home, here. So I didn't have that nervousness because I've done live shit before, so I didn't really think about it too hard. But I remember when I first did my first ever live radio broadcast, that was nerve-wracking. But I was pretty because I'd done stacks of video when I first started streaming. I'd done stacks of video at that point. I've done stacks of live stuff. So I've been very lucky that I've not had a lot of the nerves. As you can see right now, I think because I went in full prepared, for my first live stream. I think I have a feeling I had a pretty decent layout when I first kind of did it, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I can't even remember what I spoke about. I might have to bring it up and take a look here, but I had the crappiest microphone. I had the crappiest camera. It was crazy. John Hawkshaw's in the house, says, sorry I'm late, just got back from South Coast. Well, mate, just run 10 laps for me for being late, and we'll be good. I love it when people say, I'm sorry I'm late. It's like, dude, you're here. Thank you. Thank you for coming. That's awesome. Hey, David Johnson. So here, question from Travis goes, question, Ryan, what do you use to keep your collections in the ones behind you? Sorry, I'm a Star Wars and Marvel tragic. Hang on, let me do this. You guys can see my entire wall. Hang on, there we go. Boom. There you go.
Wow.
So what do I do to keep my collection? I don't know. See, this is a collection for actual years. Like there's a lot of things here that have sort of come over time. Obviously, whole top row is my literal PlayStation collection that I've had since I was 8 years old. A lot of these things are kind of cool collector's editions that I've picked up. Some of them are just random things I've grabbed along the way. But each sort of one of the shelves is something that I enjoy, something that I love, whether it be South Park, because like pop vinyls are the worst unless they're the ones that I own. These ones are good. Obviously, X-Files is up there, Doctor Who, stacks of wrestling. I got Jay and Silent Bob down there. Even with wrestling, I have a big wrestling belt that I need to find a home for. I don't know. It's just cool. I like having a cool set. It makes things a lot of fun.
Yeah, I went different avenue. I just got a giant metal KFC sign to take up most of my wall space.
That is like a bit better. So I do have the standard, like very much YouTuber background of foam, where yours is much more unique.
Yeah, I love it.
Not everyone has giant things.
So John Hawkshaw, he actually asked this question on a comment the other day, and I'm glad that he's David Johnson asked on a comment the other day, and I actually didn't get around to replying to it. Sorry, man. But he asked, you mentioned some time ago that you had sleep apnea. So how is it now? Have you found that your sleeping is easier with less snoring and or stop breathing? Yeah, when I was going into before my surgery, I had a sleep apnea test. It turns out I was in the highest percentage of loudness. I would stop breathing dozens of times a minute, and it was not good. I was dying in my sleep. And since I've lost the weight, Ange tells me I don't snore. I don't really snore. I might breathe a little bit heavy depending on if I'm laying on my back. But from my understanding, she's not fearing for my life anymore. Thinking, oh, you stop breathing, quick chest compressions. None of that. But because the doc, he cleared up a lot of my sinus because I couldn't breathe out of my left nostril, and I'd only partial my right because I had these massive polyps and stuff. So that helped as well, but it didn't stop it. So it just kind of reduced the noise by about a third, apparently, and made breathing a little bit easier while I sleep. But I think the weight loss, having the fat, what do they call it? There's a fat pad at the back of your throat. Having that go down, really helped. It's pretty much cleared it up. So, I don't think I have apnea anymore. Ange? No, I know you're not coming on, but can you tell me how am I sleeping now? In terms of snoring?
Only if you drink alcohol.
She says only if I drink alcohol I start snoring.
Yeah, because so your body relaxes harder. Yeah.
Relaxes harder.
So you drink the booze, your body goes.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't snore. Yeah.
I don't notice it very much.
She doesn't notice it. So before she had to wear earplugs.
Which is good. That means
she had to wear earplugs.
I mean she's. Yeah. So that means she's not awake. So that means it is 100% improved.
Pretty much 100% improved. And Gatto says, I hope you're doing well. Gatto is wishing you well.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, she says. Yeah, she's getting there. I gave her the day today. The Valentine's gift for me is to get out of the house, leave her alone, take our daughter with me.
to show her that I love
left her all alone in the house, so she could just sit on the couch, watch House reruns, and what else did you do today? Just eat?
I didn't eat much.
No, just chilled out.
Loads of watching and TV.
Love you. Okay.
You love your wife.
You're gay. You love a girl.
Yeah. Okay, you love a girl.
Dave Johnson says, that's great, Ashley. I've been using a APAP machine for 15 years now. Is that like a CPAP machine, or is that something different? I'm not being sarcastic. Is it APAP different? Is that a different variant, or is it just CPAP? Yeah, I don't think it was CPAP.
So it's it. So I myself, I think I snored pretty gnarly. But the one thing I have that has thrown me off though, is now that I'm wider, now that I'm not as wide, because I just have to sleep with two pillows because I'm wide and my head's further from the. I now have to adjust my height when I sleep because 2 pillows is too much now.
Yeah. Yeah,
weird.
I find that I used to so I got a pretty decent. I got a king coil chiropractic something. It was like a $3,000 mattress, not hugely expensive. It's pretty pricey though. Like it's a pretty pricey mattress, and it's got like all the individual sleeve springs and all these supports and places like that. And like I used to leave a noticeable indent, like where I would sleep.
Yeah.
And that kind of indent has now disappeared. So I'm not as, because there's not like an extra 50 kilos on it. But Tannen says, I have a CPAP machine. I will always need it. But losing 36 kilos has meant that I don't get micro sleeps during the day if I don't use the machine or the headaches. Wow. That's rough. So Tannens, is it just like because of your sinuses or your body makeup? Like how, like even if you were to lose all the weight that you're carrying, right, because you're already down to L's, like larges. Like, is it just that's how it is for you forever? Man, that's rough. Everybody snores when pissed, says Phil. Yeah, can confirm.
Yeah, I got pretty locked down munted on Friday for no reason.
Woo!
Guaranteed I snored like a bitch.
Lockdown!
It was
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I was like, yeah, lockdown.
Erin will ask, hey Erin, good seeing you. I saw a message from you earlier. Sorry, I forgot to say hello. Speaking of your daughter, how's she liking big school? She's loving it. She's really she's matured so much in the last week. It's scary. Like she just is like, yeah, I'll go to school now. Just there with a uniform and a bag. She's like, all right, I'm ready to go to school, mum or dad. And I'm just like, stop growing up. Stay little.
Yeah, my son started kinder this year, and I don't think I'm ready for him to start school.
Oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, but yeah, she's growing up and she's learning all things, and yeah, she's enjoying herself. But yeah, I'm keen to see how she progresses throughout this next year. It's going to be crazy. I'm sending you a pic to post, Ash. I thought you'd dig it. Oh god.
Hot.
If
If
it's not a dick, I'm going to be disappointed, mate. Honestly. Oh,
Just Bruce goes, lol, what's lockdown? I still have to work bloody Melbourne. Yeah, me too, man. Just because it's stage 4 restrictions, because I work in disability and mental health services, I still have to go in because I am
Tim,
straight up
I'm going to
essential.
say I have been
so I don't
tagged in
stop.
this post so many times already. Anything that has anything to do with KFC, I just get tagged in non-stop. It's ridiculous. Like not only by people who are on my channel, friends, family. Like it's crazy. But yeah, I love that the model there giving presenting the new cars to the wife and the old bloke is just like, yeah.
Why is her hat sitting so weird?
It's old lady hat. That's like this is how they wear it. They got no sense of fashion or style. They just put it on. But I like the fact that.
Look, I'm hoping that I'm still wearing like jorts and shit in my fucking old age. Like I want to still dress like I'm 13,
I like the
but
cargo
in 70s.
pants with the high socks. Like that's brilliant. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know when I'll get comfortable to wear high socks. One thing I do wonder though, Ash, when is the day that we transition from like boxers or to Y fronts? When do we have that day?
So what?
The Y fronts, those big old white undies you see like old people wear in movies.
Yeah, tidy whitey style.
Yeah, when we make that jump?
I don't think I ever will.
When
I
do you think
got
that
trunks.
Is? You just have a day.
I don't
just
wear
go,
boxers. I wear
yes.
trunks. So like I wear like the kind of figure holding with the little like bit of the leg that comes down. So it's not like like the full loose boxers. I can't do that. And I don't know what kids were thinking with those those boxes where they're like the full sort of satin. Oh my god, I can't think of anything more uncomfortable.
Which would literally go up in a fire. They would melt into your leg. Yeah.
I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen out there, this fake tan look, doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Like everyone knows that you're wearing fake tan, and like they get all the stuff on their feet. And gross.
She's also standing next to two of the whitest, oldest people ever.
But she's orange. She's not even tan. She's orange.
She's
like, ugh.
The white balance of the camera wigged out against them, his shirt, and the ground.
But yes. Thank you for sending me that picture, Tim. You were not the first one. But yeah, and Gatto86, if you're in here, I actually was on eBay earlier looking up nugs, not drugs stickers because I really want to get one for my car. I do. Hey, Jared Kleeman's in the house. I've noticed since I lost my weight, I'm not coming home and the work and having a nap in the arvo. That's the biggest thing, eh? Like I don't feel the need for weekend naps or anything. Oh, Dale Smith left.
I'll have one given the option.
Chris Heiner says, have you attempted to lift your lost weight? Chris, I used to be able to deadlift 220 kilos, so 50 kilo lift is not that hard for me. I'm going to, and I keep saying it, but I'm actually going to do it. I'm like locking down a weekend in the next like week or two where I will go and I will get, build myself a weighted vest to the amount I've lost, which is like 52 kilos. So I'm going to weigh it, put it on, and try to do a half an hour walk with it or something like that. So,
see, I've considered that too. Like, even though mine's only 30, but like I'll pick up my kid who's like 20 kilos, just under, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. So throwing 50 back on, Jesus, dude, you're gonna die.
Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I think once I'm standing, you know, I'll be like, yeah, it's okay, and like I want to see how far I can get on a walk. So I'm gonna have I'm gonna be much like you, Ryan. At some point, it's like halfway in the walk. Edge, can you come and get me? I am falling, man.
Can you come get me? The jacket's being mean.
I hurt myself really badly. I fell over and I broke my fat vest. So Tannen says, I have 30-minute drive to work every day at 110 kilometers an hour. I need to be awake. Oh shit, yeah. Please stay awake, dude. Just how it is for me and my dad. And then we got fat as fuck. I'm sorry to hear about your story. That's so funny. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we got questions here. Jesper says, I was just started to lift heavy weights and then the gym shut down. Oh, that shit. Yeah.
Me too. I started 2 weeks ago, not even. I was like, fuck yeah. And I was ready to like get in there on Friday and the prick shut at 5. Like, goddamn son's a bitch. So I'm trying to find things around the house I can just pick up.
Matty Tisdale says he recommends the step ones. Man, I see those.
I've got some of the step ones.
I see them show up on every single, like, as I'm scrolling through Facebook, it's like, you know, post, someone's birthday, post, step ones, post, car, KFC, step ones. It just like, it's non-stop step ones.
Yeah. On YouTube, I'm either looking at KFC, PlayStation things, or some guy's pangus in a pair of fucking underpants. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. But saying that, though, they're pretty comfy. Mm. They're a little bit too tight for me. I like a slightly looser fit. But other than that, they're great. The anti-chafe thing, big fan.
Gatto86 asks, Ash, are you sure that putting 50 kilos straight on is a good idea? That's a lot of weight that you're not used to anymore. Gatto.
It wasn't good putting 50 kilos on the first time.
Yeah, like at least I put it on this way. I'm not going to get diabetes. Like, like, man, the worst thing that can happen is that I put it on and then I blow up both my knees. Nah, it's not going to happen. Like, I'll stand. Of course, I'll be safe. I'm not going to be stupid. Like, I'm going to put it on. Like, I'm going to try to distribute it evenly, and then like if it's too much, I'll like work up to it. You know, so I just put it. I can just take it off. I'm not going to like literally like staple it to me, you know. But I appreciate the concern.
He's not going to like live in it for a week or something. No. It's going to be like 45 like minutes at best.
There was some fucking guy who one of his videos went viral, something like that. He put weighted like 20 kilos of weight on each leg. He worked up to it over the course of a week, and he'd spend all day with these weights on his legs, trying to train like Naruto or something like that. And
like fucking hyperbolic time.
But this is a guy who's never lifted weights in his life, never exercised in his life, never done anything like that. And like I don't want to sound like a big head, but like I used to do some pretty serious weights, and like, you know, I used to play footy, I walk every single day. Like I like to think that I got pretty strong legs, so I'm gonna give that a go, and hopefully it all turns out well. You right, Ryan?
Why aren't you asleep?
I think he's talking to his missus.
No. Yeah, why aren't you asleep, wife? Get out of here.
Who let you out of the kitchen?
Was it Futurama? Bang, boom, straight to the moon.
Pow! Right in the kisser. That was.
Go to bed.
That,
Go to bed.
get out of here. That's so cute.
You get out of here. Please escort him off the premises.
Security. Dude, it's 9:30. You should be in bed, not telling your dad what to do.
The little prick had a nap this
Oh,
afternoon.
Alyssa fell asleep in the Supra all the way home. Like we got outside of the entrance. It's like a 1.5 hour drive, and she was just like, and like she was so asleep that she didn't even move. And like I got to the point where like we're 5 minutes from home. And I thought, okay, I better wake her up now so she's at least awake by the time we get home. Otherwise, she'll be cranky.
Just
So like
smash the brakes.
I didn't think of doing that. I just reached back and I like shook her legs like, Alyssa, nothing. Alyssa, nothing. And I shook her again like really hard, like absolutely nothing. I'm like thinking, oh my God, like the dad freak out moment. Oh my God, I killed my kid. What's going on? Like, and I grab her stomach and shake her like this and like, Alyssa, and she's like, are we there yet? I'm like, God damn it, kid! You nearly ran me off the road. Oh Jesus! Because you, when you're driving there, you can't just keep your eye watching them. It's like, are you still breathing? Yeah. Oh jeez, Louise.
Can relate to the whole parent of like, is they breathing?
Maddie Tisdale says Rebel Sports sell weighted vests that hold 30 kilos, ankle weights that are 5 kilos, and wrist weights that are 2.3 kilos, 2 to 3 kilos. But Maddie Tisdale, that costs money. Like just the vest alone is like $120, yeah. And then you got like,
dude, you made $900 this month. Fucking
that's
chill,
going
buy a
to
vest.
PC. That's already. I'm not gonna buy a fucking vest to use once. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to get bags of concrete.
Fucking bags of flour.
Concrete. Yeah, because they're much more dense and heavy. Right, wrap them up with duct tape, and then like make a vest out of it. So like have one at the front, one at the back, like tied up like a Chinese finger trap.
What are you going to do with that concrete when you're done with it?
Make a slab of concrete.
Why don't you get sand? Yeah, get sand or something. At least you can make a sand pit for the kid.
You don't make a sand pit out of 2 bags of sand. You need like 2 tons of sand to make a sand pit.
Well, what a shame that you have X amount of sand you need to put on yourself.
2 tons of sand.
Yeah, that's how much you lost, right? I don't know how metric tons to kilos work.
Right. Have you ever done any concreting in your life? Okay.
Not one.
They actually managed to get the bags pretty small and pretty heavy. Like they're pretty well packed. They're like 20 kilos, right? Whereas 20 kilos of sand is a lot heavier and a lot bigger. Well, not heavier, but like mass. Like
No, it'd be the exact same weight.
I said the wrong word. I understand.
No, I wanted to see you be like one of those people you see from like Indonesia with like the big bar of bamboo and like 14 bags of shit hanging off it, hiking around town. That's what I want to see.
Then you can start your Goku training with the weighted clothing. Yeah, Matt, if that's something that like, if I ever want to do weighted training, then yes, I'll do it properly. I'll go get the vest. I'll go get the little things. But if I'm doing a once-off video where I just want to strap 50 kilos to myself just to see what it was like, I'm not going to invest big bucks on it. There's no point,
I'm fully aware of the conversion tannins. I'm just being a dick.
Gee, Ryan being a dick. How unusual. Osmo said, Ash, you have a Supra. I'm sure that it has subs. Yes, it does. Turn the volume up to 11 and play Baby Shark. No, because then she'll start singing it, and then I'll get it stuck in my head. John Hawkshaw says 25 days to NRL season. Woohoo! Yes, bring on the NRL season. Can't wait for the Parramatta Eels to claim premiership this year. And Bryce Cartwright has broken his jaw in preseason. Fantastic. He'll be back in round 2.
Is it like even though I don't have any of the answers or know any of the terminology, is your team looking to do good sportsing this year? Is it looking promising sports?
Their sportsing is like I think that they're going to do well this year because there's some key players that are playing for contracts and they suddenly get good when they're playing for contracts. So once their contract comes to an end, they really need to play well to earn another contract, be it with the same team or another team. And the likes of Blake Ferguson and Mike Acevo, two of our wingers, kind of had average seasons, one a lot less average. They're both coming up for renewal, so they need to, yeah. Hey, was that Mary that I see here? Mary Gets Fit is in the house. How you doing, Mary? Good seeing you. Goes to Storm, says Tim. What a shame. Banned from channel. There you go. See you later. Jess Roos. I have no idea about NRL and AFL. Oh, huh.
No idea about NRL, NBA, and AFL. They're all the same, all the way. Oh, NBA and AFL all the way for her. Okay, cool. I thought you were saying that they're all the same to me. I'm like,
no, you should, Jess. I have no idea about NRL. Full stop. NBA and AFL all the way for me. I'd say, yeah.
They're right next to each other on the keyboard. Easy mistake. Yeah. See, well, I like my sports entertained and scripted, so I can't talk.
Sport. we use the term sport loosely for you, Ryan.
It's sports entertainment.
Oh, jeez. Aaron says, sorry, I have to take the dogs out. Well, I guess we know who let the dogs out.
Oh, I was just about to go there.
Thank you. I'm here till Thursday. I'm going to have to say goodnight. Power has gone off my area. Mobile internet is shit. Just keeps buffering. Have a good night and see you Thursday. Thanks, Jared and Kylie. You guys have an awesome night. Thank you. No, I love NBA and AFL. I fucked up. Fat fingers. Ugh. Yes. I know what that's like, fat fingers. I also call it the Bezo effect. When you get so excited to write a reply, you write it so fast that you don't even proofread it, and it's like all wrong. And that's the Bezo effect. I hope you see. Yes, he's here. Yes, he's here. I heard it. Gato86, Ash told a dad joke. Yeah, well, we're dads. I like my sport to have wheels and a motor. Yeah, I've just started actually watching Formula One on Netflix. It's really interesting. It's really good to watch. I'd highly recommend watching it. It's about Formula One cars. Just as FYI. Thanks, Ryan.
We're not going to watch it. No. Do any of those cars go through a table, or is there any soap opera-esque relations between these vehicles?
Between the teams, like it actually could be scripted. Like, so how's this, right? I'm back in. There was one race where there's this team, the big teams like Ferrari and Mercedes have like 500 million in budget, but there was this one other team from the United States that only had like 100 million, so they're like the underdogs, right? They qualified really well. Now there's two drivers in one team, right? And in the race, one of them came in for pits, right? And they do like the pit change really quick. They pull off the tires, like, yeah. One guy didn't put his bolt on 100% tight, so then that car had to retire. It was done. It couldn't even make it halfway around the lap without the wheel coming off, right? And then literally 2 laps later, the other car came in for pit. Another guy did the same mistake. And they were like in the best position they've been in ever. And it's like all the drama that entails it, the boss of the team talking to like the financial interests and all that. I reckon you'd like it, Ryan. It's worth a watch.
It sounds like Moneyball, where it just made sports all about numbers, and I was like, this movie's fantastic.
With Brad Pitt, amazing movie. I can watch that so many times over. It's fantastic. Chris Pratt, Jonah Hill.
But I also love baseball as well. So
you like baseball? Oh, well, yeah. You're wearing a baseball hat, aren't you?
Yeah, Detroit Tigers, boy. I haven't watched in a couple of years. I used to watch when I worked weird shifts at McDonald's. So I used to sort of have it on in the break room, and I could have it loud enough so I could hear it in the kitchen or in drive-thru depending where I was working on the day. And I would just watch baseball through the night and not do my job properly.
Yeah. Someone's getting sacked
But
2
yes,
times.
yes. Since I started working full time,
No, but Gatto was 2 different guys. It was the rear left on the first one and the front left on the other one. And it was 2 different guys that made the same mistake. So it was just, disgusting. And like the pit crew were just like, shit. But anyway. But does anyone have any other questions for us? Because we'll wrap up here in the next 15 minutes or so. We'll wrap it up soon. But
Can't bust out all the topics of conversation because we got a man talk tomorrow now.
yeah, well, like the thing with man talk is that it's best when it's unscripted. I use the term best loosely, like
It's better.
yeah, like I mean, I don't think like because usually we start off and we're muted, for the first like minute, or like Jared's like, hold on, wait a minute, I need to sort something out here, and then we're like, so hey guys, how are you? Yeah. What are we talking about tomorrow night? I don't even know. We haven't even opened up the discussion for that. That can wait until tomorrow night.
We'll probably find out about 4 in the Arvo, I reckon.
I'm going to put it right there now. Hey boys, what are we talking about tomorrow? And we're going to get back nothing but question marks. Don't know.
Well, fuck if I know.
Moneyball.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Moneyball. These vehicles make loud noises and it's cool. Ha 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 ha.
Well, yeah, I guess you've got to be into like, cars and shit in general.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. Shane Beasley, I hope you did that on purpose. Hashtag proof for loose.
Is for losses.
I really hope that was on purpose. Because if so, that is so fucking funny. It works on so many levels. Two levels.
Genius.
Low key genius. Question. Tim Sayer first. What is each of your goal weights and your plans for when you reach them? I don't really have a goal weight. My next goal is to get under 100 kilos that I got here. So I want to get under 100 kilos. And then after that, 90 kilos. I don't know what I look like at that point. I don't know whether I can even get there. But I want to see what happens. And once I do get to that kind of region where I'm like, okay, I've lost enough fat, I want to get back into working out at the gym, lifting some heavy things and getting back some of my strength. And then maintaining, like my next goal would be maintain for a full year without like a 5 kilo. I don't know. I have to work out like what kind of leeway I'm going to give myself, like whether it be like a 5 kilo or a 10 kilo, sort of a for and against, So like, I have this weight. I get to 90 kilos. Like if I can maintain for a full year without going plus 5 kilos, so like 95 kilos, unless I'm doing weight training or something like that, like that would be the biggest one I would need to work out. But yeah, but
see, my original goal was never a number. Mine was an idea. Mine was pretty for packs. So my idea heading into 2020, when I started, because the pandemic hadn't happened at that point. Oh, what a time that was. My aim was to be as thin as I possibly could for PAX Australia in the October of 2020. I ended up losing like 25-ish kilos by then. And it was just sort of like, that was my goal, was just to sort of be unrecognizable. The reason I did that is only because I had no idea how my journey was going to go. Therefore, I didn't put a number on it. Therefore, I couldn't fail. The idea was no matter what weight, as long as I lost weight and I had someone go, holy shit, you've lost weight, then I've achieved my goal. And that was my big plan. So I originally, Ash and I were going to try race to 100. But I think we're hitting in different speeds right now, because you've got a couple of kilos ahead of me now, but yeah, I think it comes down to I think I'm pushing. I'm not going to lose too much more. I don't see myself getting in double digits. I can try and I will try, but I don't think I will get there. And if I do, I won't be there long. So for me, it would come down to. Next is just shifting into weightlifting in some way, just so Ideally, that's going to push my weight loss a little bit further, sort of help my muscles get into gear, sort of stuff. And then secondly, I'm hoping that it will sort of, tone me up a little bit. So even though I may stay at this particular weight, I will look trimmer and I will feel trimmer. As I said, and then my big goal for this year is, once again, it's also not a weight loss goal. It's not a scale goal. My goal for this year is to be fit enough to go and survive a session at the Melbourne City Wrestling School. I want to go there, give it a go, take a bump and not die or not pass out. That's more of a fitness achievement for this year. And after going to the local wrestling last week, the week before, and seeing all the very COVID bodies in that ring, I felt very confident that I could probably do it now if I wanted to. So knowing that I've got till the end of the year to sort of push it a little bit harder. Well,
great job, man.
Great
job. That's a great goal. That's a great goal.
Anyway.
Yeah, I eventually want to get back up to a 200 kilo deadlift. That'll take time. And back up to I think I was like 140 bench. So I really want to get back up to that because I had some pretty decent strength. So I want to try to build that back up again. But Shane Beasley, the man, the myth, the legend, he has gone back and he's gotten the hat. He has gotten the hat. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a Kentucky Fried Chicken hat that he got. Yes. Beasley, can you tell me, is it a flex fit hat or is it like
that poor kid is about to get fucking fired because he's lost his uniform? But there's some dude on the internet being like, I got some kid's hat.
He's gonna go home. He's like, Mom, I lost my hat on the train.
I lost my hat.
And then a plover attacked me, and
So yeah, Gatto come with all the good questions. When you guys start your weights at the gym, are you going to be doing AM or PM sessions? For me, we'll talk about, obviously for yourself, Ash, about what you used to do. So for me, it's PM. I stop on the way home from work. My plan, because I've started doing it now. I'm just like somewhat easing myself in. Like, it's very, very early days. It's like 2 weeks in. It's PM for me because I'm a horrible morning person.
You need to ease your way in your fitness. Fitness. Yep. Ease it in.
Yep. No, I see where you're going. I didn't really want to acknowledge it, but I see where you're going. Yeah. So for me, it's just Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the moment is sort of my plan, just to sort of get used to it and adapt to it. Because I've never, as I've said 1,000 times, in like it's varying, whether it be here or with Ash or on Man Talk, like I've never done any sort of fitness in my life, any sort of intentional exercise. So I've got a lot of training my body to do and to make sure I'm doing it correctly, because the last thing I want to do is, hurt myself and not be able to do it. So for me, it's the evenings because it's on the way home. The gym is near my house, and I'm relatively energized by the end of the day now.
Bezo, I'm just so wrapped with that hat, eh? Like, honestly, I thought it might have been like the full kind of crazy KC one, but like, does it look filthy, or does it look like it can be salvaged with a good wash? Let me know, because I'm like legit keen to be rocking a case.
What's the stank
level? Adam F, he asked a question.
Let's answer your question in terms of the weight.
I used to do PMs,
AM or PM.
So I would get home from work, and I'll put Alyssa will go down to bed, and I'll be like there at 7:30. And I'll be training till about 9:30. So that's what I used to do. Being that I've got like a crazy kind of school routine now and hours, I don't know how I'd fit that in, because I used to go 5 days a week. So I don't know what I would need. Like, I don't have eyes for that just yet. Like, I'm just not thinking about that kind of routine right now. So once I get to that kind of level, who knows? I might even be in my current job, so we'll see that. Now, Jess.
Well, that's the other thing. That's the other thing as well. So you got that content creator schedule now, so you've got to take that into account.
That's true.
Nights.
That's 100% true. I forgot. I got this channel here.
That's a big spanner. In time.
Jess Bruce. He actually said to me earlier in the stream. He said, but he did a walkthrough on the train. There was a hat, and he was going to grab it for me. And then I said to him, "Go back and grab it." And he has. Time to hit the fart sack. Take it easy, folks, says Phil. Night, Phil. Love you, dude. Thank you for being a Fat Guy Army member. And you got that that silver badge there. Betson, I think you might have that now. I think it might have been 6 months for you.
Probably.
Adam F., what is the weight that you'll stop at Ryan and start weightlifting? Did you answer that before?
The answer is I'm doing it now. Because for me, because I'm not going heavy, I'm going just like getting into the motion of it. So I'm not going enough to push myself into a plateau of weight. Because like right now, this is to help me lose weight further. Because I still don't think my brain is there yet. Back to what we started talking at the start of the show about the idea of mental health and physical health. My brain is not ready to disconnect between the weight scale. The scale on the weight. No, weight on the scale and how I perceive it. So even though I might be getting trimmer and I might be getting stronger, if that scale is going up, that will be a brain break for me. So I'm kind of trying to incentivize my body to work harder to lose more weight. So there's a lot of cardio primarily with a little bit of weightlifting only a couple of days a week. So it's still very much to aid my weight loss rather than to add strength.
Cool. And I think Hawkshaw had a message. Johnny Boy says, do you think the man check will still be part of your routine after your goals have been accomplished? Yeah, we both spoke about it a little bit earlier. Yes, short answer. I don't see myself getting off of it anytime soon.
Same. Yeah, I see it being part of my life for the foreseeable future. Ease of use, and it works. I'm lazy.
Okay, so here's something that's blowing me away, right? This is, I've got here in front of me my very first live stream, all right? I'm going to bring it up here for everyone to take a bit of a gander at. Oh, my goodness.
So I just realized, because I have this weird, I think it's like an ADHD thing where I bounce my knee. And as I just cut back to the YouTube thing, all I can see is my chair going bonkers behind me, just vibrating. And I just realized.
So I think this was my first one.
Ooh, that angle. That's a bad angle.
There you go.
Wow, even then, even
that's
the angle is
it's not a good angle.
When was that? May of last year.
But you know what? That's my laptop camera, because I wanted to do a live stream badly, and it was just like I wanted to do a live stream, but I only had like because this is like height of COVID, you couldn't get webcams. Like webcams were like hard to get. Like I had to it was so hard for me to get a webcam. Like I had to get like just some no-name brand one off Amazon for a while. And then, eventually I got the Logitech that I'm currently using that was a spare of Tim's that he sent me, which was nice. But Jess Bruce says, all Ash needs now is the rest of the uniform. Then he could just show up for a random shift one day. I'd love to do that. Just say, yeah, it's my first day here. And just like, yeah.
See, back in the day, obviously everyone remember Rove Live. There was Hamish and Annie, when they were part of the show, they did this skit called Summer Jobs. And the idea of the skit was they would just show up somewhere and try to do a shift. In one of the episodes, they did McDonald's. And that was the McDonald's I was working at. So I'm standing there in the cafe making coffees because I was a McCafe guy. And I see him come in, and I see Andy just come in, walk past me behind the counter into the back. And he just starts yelling for fucking burgers and fries and shit. It was awesome. Because we were told that something was happening, but we didn't know what. So they said make the place busy and make clean. But yeah, they even had like a camera in a fucking green shopping bag and everything. You can find it. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube as well.
I'm going to take a look at what. So what, it was Rove Live McDonald's?
Summer Jobs, yeah. Yeah, Rove Live Summer Jobs. Let's have a look, see if I can find it.
Summer Jobs prank?
Live Summer Jobs. Summer Jobs prank. Right, yep, that's the one. You'll be able to see me for like 0.4 of a second. So I can find it. Oh, there's the dealership. Yeah, hang on. There we go. Oh, where are we? Oh, there it is. So if you go
I don't know whether... Can they hear this?
I know, about 3.5 minutes. So yeah, so this is McDonald's Elstonwick where I used to work. I don't know whether you've pulled it up, but you can. If you pause at 3:48, you see my fucking curly hair.
All right, 3:48.
standing
You
there.
said.
Right there. There you go. Dunskies.
Hold on, I'm frozen.
Man, it's totally killing your crap.
I'm
top.
frozen.
That's the only catch.
Yeah, nah, I'm giving up on that. Yeah, I'm giving up on that. Yeah.
But if you're curious, yeah, you can see me there. I was what, 18 then, 19.
I really want to see it.
You only see me for like a
Yeah, but
second,
still,
don't worry
like I
about it.
mean, I think I've just killed the stream. Have I killed the stream? Are we dead? Can anyone confirm? Are we dead? Yeah.
Give it a second. We'll come back. Just close off. Go back to the other.
See,
safe
this is
camera
why I
angle, yeah.
can't be investing in vests. I need every single cent to go towards that laptop. Yeah.
Don't buy a laptop.
No, I
buy a
mean
straight
the
PC,
PC.
dude.
Sorry, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, yeah. But yeah, honestly, like I was so like blown away by that figure. So thank you to everyone who has donated to my channel in the forms of super chats or being a channel member. You guys are amazing. It is seriously the desktop that Love built, was going to build. It's fantastic. Like I cannot wait for it. And thank you all so much. And I'll definitely once I get it built the following month, everything's going to go to charity. Like that's the next month's worth of revenue will go to charity. So thank you guys.
See, I appreciate that gesture as the charity, but because that's another thing that I've noticed you've done as well. You like all the money's going to go into the channel. Like who gives? Who cares? That's kind of assumed. Like they're giving the money to you for said channel. Like why don't just bank it so that way you can use it for another purchase later on for the channel?
What do you mean?
Because bank it. Like keep it on your PayPal and let it accumulate, and then when you need to, you can buy something that you need.
I do need
for
a
the
desktop.
channel.
I mean,
No, I mean,
after the piece, yeah,
the charity thing's cool.
yeah. Well, I mean, after that, I mean, yeah, of course, I'll be banking it, obviously, because it's money. Like, I mean, you bank it, but like, I mean, I've had to, ever since I was able to monetize, I've been getting more and more equipment, be it, keyboards and lights and this shit, and that's just to kind of, make it a bit better. But it looks like the stream dropped for a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. But Shane Beasley, you are absolutely killing me. He said, sorry to disappoint you. Someone asked if I'd seen the hat. I had to hand it back. Oh.
Look, I'm sorry, teenager. I promised some fuck on the internet.
Some fat fuck, mind you.
Yeah, some fat fuck on the internet.
Oh, God. I was so keen to get that hat too. Because I don't know whether you guys could tell. I got like a little obsession with wearing hats. I need to get some more hats.
Because we were discussing that the other day as well. This before we started in camp. Sorry, not the other day. Before we started the show, about when you've transitioned to the hat.
It's after I got rid of the undercut.
Because you used to have your hair did, and then now you're all hatted out.
I had the undercut for a while. I need to go back to the barber. I've got like so much freaking hair now. Like it's just like.
Have you not
horrible hat hair?
Not worked out what you?
Yeah.
Have you not worked out what you want to do with your hair?
I hate because I got this freaking 5 head. I got a really like tall, like high hairline, and I've always had it like since I was a kid. It's never really like moved. Like I've always had like that high hairline, but yeah, it doesn't really leave a lot of like potential styles that you can use. So yeah.
Yeah, so I have very thick, very curly hair, so hence why I have to like style my hair every day, and the reason I've had the same haircut since I was like 14.
Michael Fielder, how you doing, mate? Good seeing you.
Yeah, the only reason I'm wearing a hat is because I've been too lazy to get my to put the effort into my head today, because I have this weird like little Jufro going on, as they would call it. Once. It's not the nicest hair.
Like your hair is impossible to cut out. Like honestly, like I'm trying to cut out his hair for the thumbnail. It's impossible.
In terms of the PNGs, yeah, it's the worst.
Why couldn't he just said no? He hasn't seen it. Yeah, exactly right. That was my sentiments exactly.
That's because Bezo's an honest
Fuck
man.
fuck that. No, not fuck him, but like fuck the person that lost it. You should have known the value of what you had on your head before you took it off and lost it. Anyway. Bucket hat. No, Michael Fielder's in the house. How you doing, man? Good seeing you. They are on eBay, apparently. Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Off stream, because as we can see, the stream just eats shit if we try
The
to do
crap top
anything
is
else.
so bad. It is so bad. Oh Jesus! Because it was fine with the live streaming until I got too technical, and I think this here is the maximum that it can handle. Like it is, like
Yeah.
I'm starting my task manager at the moment. Watch it freeze again. Just a task manager. Oh Jesus! Yeah, I'll show you what my task manager looks like right now. All right.
Let's have a look at those
It's
processors.
struggling hard. CPU, 95, 100%. Memory, 69%. Yeah,
Nice.
like
Nice.
yeah, nice. Yeah, but like literally, like that's only one Chrome thing open. If I open up another Chrome window, nah, forget it. Forget it. It's crazy, eh? Anyway, forget about it. Hey, Andrew Hall's in the house. Long time no see, Andrew. I saw Andrew today. It's yeah, it was great seeing you, man, and having the kids around. Am I running a PC from 1978, Ash? No, I'm like, this is like one of those laptops that you just buy as like a household laptop just to kind of use for like, you know, just basic word processing, you know, that kind of the stuff that you need to do, surf the internet. That's about it. It's not anything hardcore. It's a HP. It's like maybe about 2 or 3 years old. Yeah.
Something.
It says Intel Core i5, HP Pavilion. For support, please call Australia 131047.
Just call Australia in general. Hi, Australia.
Yeah.
I need help.
Chris Heiner's out. Thank you so much for sticking around, mate, and being a Fat Guy Army member. Thank you. Rodney, in the age of CCTV, it's not worth the loss of job. Yeah, 100%. It's not worth. Yeah, Shane, I hope you handed it back.
And the good karmas that Bezo just got.
Get a 4K camera and try to render video, so it'll crash your laptop. It would literally melt. Like the laptop would like just be like a pool of like black and silver, just crap on the table. I had to scrape off with like a spatula. It would just melt. So that's why, like, because I'm sick of like having these struggles where I can't do anything on my live streams. This is the best that I can do for my live streams. Even though like I think this is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how it is. I would like to make it better. Shut up, Ryan. I saw that. I can see you.
Look, I have a computer that can run all that shit, and my streams are intentionally simple. I think there's nothing wrong with having a simple setup. Like if you start seeing people that are incredibly overcomplicate it, it's almost distracting from what the actual content should be. I'm not saying that you are doing that, actually, get me wrong. I like a simple layout. I like having the chat design
here. I think it's interactive. People can see, you know, the stuff there, and it also works well for replays. So even though on YouTube you get the live replays, but it just means that you don't need to be. You can have the screen maximized, and you can see the Sorry, am I boring you, mate? Yeah.
Me? I'm just an old
me
man.
too.
I'm just getting tired.
There you go.
I made you.
So, guys, it is just past 10 o'clock. It is. It's been 2 hours. 2 hours already. God damn.
Hot damn. It felt like
It felt like an eternity. But well, I want to give a special thanks to Rodney 1210 and Osmotor, man, both for the super chats. Thank you guys so much for that one. It's so hugely appreciated. And once again, at risk of crashing my crap top, I want to bring up Rodney's channel again. Can you please subscribe to him if you haven't already? It's just Big Boned. And he's on a weight loss journey himself, and he's using the Man Shake as well. So check him out. Subscribe. He's got 16 subscribers. We have doubled his subscribers in this stream. So thank you guys so much.
The Man Shake.
Yeah, once you get to 100 subscribers, you can set your own URL. So instead of having youtube.com/channels/Yuka, you can have Just Big Boned there. So youtube.com/Just Big Boned. So let's help him get to 100, yeah? And
I'm trying to find the channel right now.
It does get a little bit buried under South Park. You found it?
Found it. I just told it to search by
I'll
channel.
also
There
put
you
it
go.
in the description, the comments. I'm out to so Michael Fielder. I just ordered my first 2 boxes of Man Bars, Ash. Sure, congratulations, Michael Fielder.
Prepare to fart up a
Fart up
storm.
a storm, indeed. It's gonna be fun. Just try to have only 1 per day, otherwise you will be farting like mad. And
Will vibrate your
so you
anus.
got to respect the butthole, as yes.
That's
so
right.
Ryan,
Get that shit
Ryan, thank you
tattooed.
so much for being on this crap stream tonight. I really do appreciate it.
No worries. I'm glad I was able to make it crap. So I'm happy
Well,
to
I
be
thought, who can make this stream crapper? And I thought, nah, Ryan has to. But
I
you know
fucking
what?
guy.
You're gonna get another split personality here, because you're gonna have like the man talk next to all of your fucking icons on the side.
Yeah, shit. I have
Man
enough
talk
branding,
for the players, pop culturists, young and the wrestlers, Subway. Soon they'll probably sign you. Yeah.
No, I'll take it. Sandwiches are cool.
Sandwiches. But thank you very much for being part of the stream, Ryan. And thank you for everyone who has been here all night.
No worries,
You guys are amazing. I love every single one of you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And we'll see you all tomorrow for a... hold on. Wait, one final question. I'm so sorry. I can't leave just with the question. Fill my cavity. Oh, God.
Hot.
Love the name. I wasn't sure whether it was a serious question, but... if I'm having 2 shakes a day, how many calories should I be consuming on top of that?
So 2 shakes is about 600 calories. Try to calculate your BMR, so your base metabolic rate, and then add remove 20% off it. So if you're having just 2 shakes, you're going to want to eat some shit because you're nowhere
Take a look
near enough.
online. There's all sorts of
a day.
calculators for recommended calorie intake per day. It's like BMR calculators. Basal
Base metabolic rate.
Um,
So for context, the base metabolic rate is the minimal amount of calories you must consume to maintain the weight that you are, based on the height, your weight, body type.
your
age,
body will
etc.
naturally burn calories just by living. So that thing like your heart beating and you breathing and moving and walking and blinking, it all burns calories.
hope you do it.
So even pooping, that burns calories. So respect that butthole. But yes. Yeah, work out on top of that, and don't stress calories. Like, I haven't counted calories once. Like, I have an idea on what I'm putting in my body. I don't have a goal of how many calories I have. I just, have an idea on what I need to do. So,
It overcomplicates it and makes it easier for
fill
you
my
to fail.
cavity. If you feel that you can, keep going on lean cuisines and 2 bananas, then do it. But... that to me, that seems like too little. I wouldn't be eating that. I would be like I cook myself like a homemade pie or chicken pizza, like pizziola I call it, well they call it. Or like make yourself a healthy burrito bowl, big piece of steak with a good salad,
Or just eat what you normally do for dinner and eat less.
smaller portion. Just get smaller plates.
Like, you don't have to, unless you're eating like horrible shit, you can just reduce how much you put in your face. Like, it kind of can be as simple as that. Like you said, my wife and my son, I eat whatever they eat, depending on whether my own internal issues will let me eat it. And I just have less.
Exactly right.
But there's no need to overcomplicate.
Once it becomes complicated, and once you don't enjoy doing what you're doing, you're more likely to fail. So you got to enjoy it. Enjoy it. Like, if you find yourself hating what you're eating for dinner, then you're not going to last on it.
Yeah, because you got to remember, this is all about changing your lifestyle, not just changing where you are currently. This is a long-term plan. Do you think you can go long-term on just lean cuisine and 2 bananas? Probably not. If you get the right habits in now to have you last a year from now, 2 years from now, that's what you want to do. So you might see these quick results now, but the second if you restrict yourself too heavily, that leaves you open to relapse hard because you'll start craving things you're not having. So it's probably the best way to look at it.
All right, so we'll actually call it there. But Fill My Cavity, if you can please like this video and subscribe, and feel free to click that join button if you want to become a Fat Guy Army member.
And also, never change your name.
Brilliant, Fill My Cavity. But love you guys. You might be a dentist, who knows? You guys have a great night. We'll see you all tomorrow, and for real this time we're going. Bye.